Hey guys, Strong Style Studios here, back again with Running the Ropes, episode 6, I believe it is now. We're close to double digits. We have Alex,
Noah,
Justin, the Orange Dream.
That's right. And today we're going to be talking about WWE, TNA, and a little bit of ROH. And first off, we want to start out with some somber news. This past Tuesday, March 5th, I believe.
Yeah, today is the 7th.
Yeah, so March 5th. The wrestling world lost a member in Paul Bear, Percy Pringle or William Moody. Our sincerest condolences to his family. A true legend in wrestling. I talked about it briefly on my channel. I think we should just go around and say like some of our favorite memories of Paul Bear.
Well, the thing that stands out is he's just such a guy from a different era who continued to be one of those guys who lived the gimmick a lot, and he still protected kayfabe a lot, even in an era which the internet and it's, people just don't care about keeping character and things like that. And I always thought his name was Percy Pringle.
Yeah, I did too. I had no idea. The ROH straight shooting series called him is like chasing with Percy Pringle. It's like holy it's like I'm like look at Moody. It's like that's his name. I thought it was Percy Pringle.
Yeah, but some of my favorite things of him were just that he was just. His gimmick, he added so much to the matches. He was over the top. He was just such a character. Complimented the Undertaker. The Undertaker was just like so serious. He's like, I'm the Undertaker, And then there's Paul Bear with this high pitched voice.
Oh yes.
The voice was so.
It was kind of funny, but it was kind of disturbing at times too.
Right.
And if you. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but he's done some shoot interviews for like our video with Jim Cornette, and those guys just tell.
I'm gonna have to watch some of those.
Must watch the RF Straight Shoot series, I believe, with Percy Pringle and Jim Cornette. Those guys got some stories that just endlessly entertaining. I actually my friends who is a wrestling fan actually met him at a independent wrestling show somewhere, and said he was like a super nice guy, very approachable, and I've just heard nothing but good things about the guy, and it's a very huge loss. One of the great managers of all time, and from we could use him as an example of how what a manager should do for a guy, and it's a lost art.
Definitely. I have to agree with everything Justin said. He said most of it. But yeah, I've never heard a bad word about this guy. So I've heard nothing but good things about him. He did do some work with ROH, and one of those guys that never thought he was better than anybody else. Coming into a small locker room. He knew his place in wrestling. He did it very, very well. And I mean, what can you say? It's terrible that wrestling lost another family member.
So pretty young too. Like he was in like in his 30s. But he was 58 years old, man. That's still pretty young.
Yep.
Very humble man. Like I've heard, like he was very humble. Like he was amazed by his success, and I think I will say this: like I don't think the Undertaker would be half of the superstar and the legend he is if it hadn't been for Paul Bear kind of guiding him.
Well, the Undertaker at first was actually like when he came in. Undertaker actually came in before he was really ready. He was still very green when he first came in, and he came in and won the title right away. But one of the things that really helped him get over was Paul Bear, and he was his mouthpiece, and he did most of the talking. And Undertaker was still in his formative stages of being able to cut promos as well. So
and we can't leave out Mick Foley, Mankind. He really helped his career too.
Right.
Kane,
yeah.
He was a manager of Vader for a while too.
Kane's debut is still one of the coolest things like ever.
Yeah,
that Hell in a Cell match, and
that may be one of the coolest Paul Bear moments. That for like me, like that moment was really great. Him turning on the Undertaker was a great one too. But like for me, the one that I still just get like goosebumps is like when he returned at WrestleMania 20 with the Undertaker, and like the lights are going down, like you just hear him go.
That was
yes! And like the whole crowd explodes.
I remember we were at a movie theater watching that live, and when that moment happened, the Undertaker returned, that was just like goosebumps. Like more than anything.
That is still probably one of the greatest entrances at WrestleMania 20, especially. Just it felt like just so amazing that night.
It really wrapped up that whole story.
Yeah,
it was just beautifully done.
Great job.
Yeah,
I do. And like even Paul Bear when he returned in 2011 was it when the King was champion? Was it no? It was 2010. When he returned and he teamed up and he was with the Undertaker and then Kane. He was still like on his game as far as
that. When was he buried in the cement?
That was like 2000. 6 or 5.
Yeah.
I still don't know how they did that, to be honest with you.
No,
that was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I just forgot what I was gonna say. But no, like another great thing about his character is that there's like we see the Undertaker. It's like one of the few guys that there's an air of mystery around, and like I love the thing he did with like the urn. You never knew what the urn was. And he always protected it. Like certain parts of the match, he'd hold it close when things were going bad, and then he'd hold it out when things were going good. And it was just like
him and that urn was like,
thing.
yeah, that was.
And it wasn't just a useless prop like some guys have, you know.
Yeah, you made the thing like a whole mystical thing, but yes, Paul Bear, a true legend.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. You know, no pun intended.
No.
You know, that's horrible joke. I apologize for that. I really like this. Paul Bear is obviously going to be in the Hall of Fame, but it's a really a shame because like I think that they're eventually going to do like him, Undertaker, Kane, all inducted the same year, and like I think Paul Bear's Hall of Fame speech would have been great because like he's a very very nice man, great talker too, and he's a very funny person. I heard. But so yes, thank you for the memories, Paul Bear.
Yep.
All right, now switching gears, let's talk about WWE, which Monday Night Raw aired this past Monday, and it's official: CM Punk, Undertaker, WrestleMania. I don't think any of us are surprised.
No, I mean the only kind of surprise is like every year the speculation is Undertaker coming back. It's like you kind of then once they announce it, they're like, why do we think that Undertaker's not going to wrestle? Just because. If he's not dead, he's going to be wrestling. Like he could be in a wheelchair, come out, he'd still try to have a match.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to see that match happen. Undertaker in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it's like Undertaker is just like, it's everything he does at this point is kind of extra. It's like he's done everything, and it's just like everything. It's like we can't ask any. He's a guy we can't ask any more out of. But if it's what he wants to do, he can do what he wants. And I wasn't super excited about the idea of this, but then when I saw the Undertaker come back and him and CM Punk interacting, now I'm excited for that match
absolutely,
quite a bit.
Yeah, that's probably I'm most excited for this match probably, and I don't know if it's going to be crazy just because Taker's getting to that stage in his career and in his life that he's going to have to slow it down, but you couldn't have picked a better guy to work around those. I don't want to call them weaknesses, but you know what I'm saying.
Limitations.
Limitations. Yes. I think that they couldn't have picked a better guy.
Right.
Punk is one of the hardest working guys in the business.
Great storyteller.
Exactly. That's what's going to benefit this match.
The story is going to be the big part.
This match, I wouldn't doubt that this is the best match on WrestleMania.
It could very well be. I was going to say some people are saying like the previous matches are disappointing, but now there's so much more fodder for a story now. Now that Punk has just been built up so much more. He's so much more of a threat. He's had so much more story to build on, and I think that adds a lot to this match.
What did you think about him? Like his reason for facing Undertaker? Like I kind of liked it because like he basically like it's your he's blaming the people like it's your fault I lost. So I'm gonna take something from you. I'm gonna take away the streak that the Undertaker has. Like so he's taking away something from the fans, I guess.
Well, it works because Punk is just like. So his character is so anti like the fans and like the streak embodies like everyone, all the fans think the streak is important, and it's like
it is.
It's such a huge part of WWE, and Punk's like so trying to be anti WWE as part of his character. So like, what more to take down the company than take down the streak? So it makes sense to me.
That's a good point because I mean you go online and you ask people should anybody ever end the streak, and that's a very polarizing issue. Should he ever lose? So it's very important to some people, and most WWE fans find it important. So yeah, it does make sense to go after that and blame the fans. I'm all for it.
Let me ask you the $1 million question: who's going to win? Is it going to be CM Punk ending the streak, or do you think Undertaker's going to keep the streak alive?
I'm going to go with Taker. It's a safer bet percentage-wise, I guess. Law of averages, but like, I think Undertaker's going to win, but as usual, they're probably going to have some scary near falls where you think.
Of course, it wouldn't be a Taker match without him.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's hard because like I think everyone can agree like if Punk won, I don't think a lot of people would be disappointed. I think Punk's one of those guys that could end the streak and.
I think people would be up in arms for a bit.
Yeah, but then eventually
it would take a while to cool off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, heat-wise, that would be
it. Oh my god, man!
I personally am in the camp that Undertaker should never lose.
I'm kind of with that too. It's some of those things that you've been building up for so many years. It's like why end it now?
Right.
Yeah.
Especially
for a guy like Punk, who's like already as big.
I heard that I can't confirm this. Is just kind of one of those things that I've heard. Is just like if he was gonna end it, he would have done it with Randy Orton, and apparently Randy Orton did not want to beat him. And
I heard the same thing about Kane.
I heard. Well, let's go 3 for 3. I heard the same thing about Angle.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to lose to Angle. Like after he made his big return when Angle was the champion. I think it was WrestleMania.
Unfortunately, never got to face Angle because that would make for a pretty.
Yeah, I
good
don't
match.
remember what
They had a great match No Way Out there.
It was WrestleMania 22 with Mark Henry. He was going to face Mark Henry, or no, he's going to face Angle for the belt at WrestleMania.
That would have been a little better than that happened, but yeah.
Alas,
I'm one of the people that I wouldn't have a problem if he did lose his streak. I think
it'd have to be the.
It would definitely have to be the right guy.
Yeah.
Because that would be a hell of a rub.
Oh yeah.
That's how I feel about the streak. It's this thing that, man, you could really use it. I mean, you're not getting anybody else over, but the Undertaker, the more he wins, and he's going to be in the Hall of Fame no matter what.
Absolutely.
20 wins is pretty damn impressive, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I really don't think one loss would put any kind of a damper on that. I think it would do nothing but help somebody else if it's the right guy. Because if it's the wrong guy, it could backfire huge.
Is Punk that
right?
right?
Could
Is
be
that
very upset about that.
I think Punk would be a better choice than most.
Right.
One of the few guys that could even be in consideration.
Yeah.
I would.
The only other guy that I could see Undertaker facing now at WrestleMania is John Cena, and obviously you cannot have Undertaker lose to John Cena,
And he doesn't need that at all.
I actually would like to see that match happen quite a bit.
I would like it too, but if Cena won and was the one that ended the streak, you'd have to turn.
The
John
match
Cena
would be
heel.
so entertaining just because you would so not want Cena to win, and every near fall you'd be like, no.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
I would anyways.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else from WWE we want to talk about? Anything less before we move on?
Did you want to talk about any other matches for Mania?
There's the only one that us will not confirmed is Triple H Lesnar, which we all knew was coming back after last week. So.
Yeah. They've done a fairly good job of making that match a little more interesting, considering I wasn't interested at all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's getting close. I wasn't that excited. Now it's getting closer to me. I'm starting to get a little more excited. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of hard when it's a lot of rematches, not a lot of fresh matches.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to be good matches, though.
What are you talking about? Fresh match? We got Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger.
Yeah,
that's fresh.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
It's fresh something, all right.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure the match will be great. All right. Well, let's talk about TNA, which probably the biggest thing coming out of TNA right now is Kenny King becoming the X Division champion finally after beating RVD on free television last night. Let me ask you something real quick. Who are the tag team champions in TNA right now?
Austin Aries and Bobby Roode.
Where did they win those belts on?
Television.
Impact.
On television. Who's the knockout champion right now?
I don't know.
Velvet Sky. Where'd she win the belt from?
Impact. I'm guessing everyone is on Impact.
Who's the television champion? Devon. Where'd he win that title?
Impact.
Yes. TNA, you do realize you have pay-per-views coming up. Why don't you use your pay-per-views to have your title changes?
They've always been like that, though, because especially, people like Bischoff's always thought that TV was, the most important thing.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is important, but, your pay-per-views have to be good because you're supposed to be building towards those. People are paying a lot of money for those, so you have to deliver. And people want to see title changes on pay-per-view and pay for the title changes.
Exactly.
And when you don't have title changes on pay-per-view, a lot of times
why tune in?
They've had so many times where they build up a guy and then a pay-per-view didn't have him go over, then just had somebody go over on Impact a couple weeks later. It just doesn't make any sense.
It's insulting. It really is insulting. I understand that TNA doesn't know what they're doing, but but the fact that they're going to come out and insult their fans to their face, say, "Hey, buy this pay-per-view." Ha, we got you. Now tune in on Impact to really see what we should have gave you Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
Bravo from Justin there for basically nailing to a teeth why you should have a title change on pay-per-view as opposed to free television.
But in their defense,
okay,
they do only have 4 pay-per-views.
But the thing is, you have a pay-per-view 2 weeks away and you do a title change.
Right.
Timing is everything, really.
Timing, yeah. But the match was okay. We were talking. Me and Noah were talking, and I don't know. Did you see the match?
No.
Okay. Well, RVD broke out at 450 and knocked himself out, botched the near fall, and then
doing thinking he can do that.
And then he tried to set him. He looked like he was doing a DUI change. Yeah. He looked. He looked like he was on drugs. He was stumbling, hitting me. He said okay, we're going, and he hit the finish on him, but he knocked himself clean out. He was gone. And so Kenny King, you new X Division champion. But we got a Lockdown this weekend. Mm-hmm. The matches announced are Jeff Hardy versus Bully Ray for the TNA World Heavyweight title. No build-up.
This
Nope.
is
They've been
the stupidest thing.
Yeah.
They've just been having Bully Ray doing absolutely nothing, wasting him forever, and now it's like throwing the title picture.
And the thing is that really doesn't make any sense.
It's kayfabe nepotism. That's the greatest part about it.
But the thing that doesn't make any sense is that Bully Ray is in a feud right now with Aces and Eights.
Yeah.
Right.
Hogan is in that same feud. So Hogan says, okay, I'm going to take my best guy and I'm going to put him in a match that has nothing to do with Aces and Eights.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make a ton of sense to have him in the lockdown? Wouldn't he be like one of the guys that makes the most sense to have in the lockdown?
Yeah, he should go over in the lockdown.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, but let's talk about who's in the lockdown match. It's going to be Aces and Eights, which is going to feature Devon, Mr. Anderson, Mike Knox, still don't give a fuck about him, Garrett Bischoff, and who was the last guy? Oh, Doc.
Oh, Doc.
Yeah. Versus Team TNA, which is Sting, Samoa Joe, good choice, James Storm, who hasn't been feuding with Aces and Eight at all, Magnus, good choice, and the returning Eric Young. Which,
Eric Young's kind of random.
Yeah,
They did attack.
Yeah, they attacked him. It's like it's still like random ass pick to have Eric Young back.
Yeah.
So
Still, it seems like James Storm's kind of being wasted by in that match.
God, James Storm, like what the fuck, man? Like they had like a great match at Bound for Glory and like did jack shit with him. It's just like they don't know what the fuck they're doing with that guy.
Yeah, that's that guy who's being talking about wasting talent. That guy's, man, he's even after they screwed him over by having that stupid finish at Lockdown last year, he's still been super over enough to be in the title picture and even win. He's still super over with the fans, and it's like they could have him in the main event easily. And he's
it's insanity. I'd rather see Jeff Hardy versus James Storm and Bully Ray be in the. Yeah, that'd have probably been better. I thought
that would have made more sense.
Too much sense.
Yeah, I will say though, even though nobody cares about Mike Knox, he might be one of the best wrestlers on that team. I mean, he can actually put on a decent match, maybe a little bit.
Better than Bischoff? Garrett Bischoff?
Come on now.
But Mike Knox, seriously, I remember in WWE he was having decent enough matches,
Doc's
but
pretty good too.
Nobody remembers him.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that he was in WWE anymore. No one cares.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys remember last year how they had a ton of talent lethal lockdown match and it sucked?
It was
so I can't get excited for this with the. Maybe it'll overachieve because I don't have any. Maybe this pay per view will overachieve because my expectations are because last year my expectations were pretty high and then just sucked.
Yeah,
that was the worst show of the year, I thought.
So my expectations are as low as they can be. Maybe it'll exceed my very low expectations.
That'd be great. Okay, then, well, speaking of low expectations, how about Wes Briscoe versus Kurt Angle in a steel cage match?
Kurt Angle doing more stuff that nobody cares about, really.
Yeah, Wes Briscoe's going to get the biggest rub of his life if he has a decent match, but I really don't expect
Kurt Angle likes him. I don't think, for some reason, Angle does not seem to have the greatest eye for talent all the time.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Well, he likes him because he's an amateur wrestler.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the guy, you put him in a gym to wrestle amateur style, I'm sure he's an animal. But if you put him in a pro wrestling ring and he's not worth
dick.
Well, the thing is the thing is he could be, but he's a guy that they're randomly throwing it. Yeah, they're throwing into something that he's not ready for. Yeah. So obviously, being in a ring with Angle, if that doesn't help you improve, nothing will. But still, it's Lockdown. It's one of their biggest pay-per-views. This is a nothing match for that show.
A waste of the steel cage stipulation, in my opinion.
If this was on television, I'd probably I'll watch it. It'll probably be okay. But like on pay-per-view,
decent 4-minute match.
Right. Am I really supposed to believe that he has a chance of beating Angle in a cage? No one can come in and interfere.
Angle won Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Okay, moving on.
Other matches.
We have Aries and Bobby Roode defending their tag team titles against Bad Influence and Chavo Hernandez. No build-up for that at all. Well, barely. Bare bones build-up.
Yeah, definitely I'd be way more excited if Chavo and Hernandez were involved and it was just kind of triple threat. It's not necessarily that I'm not like a huge fan of Chavo and Hernandez, but that's not the reason. It's just like triple threat tags are awkward for me a lot of times. I mean, triple threat it's like just 3 guys and not tag matches are usually kind of awkward. But then you throw in like 6 guys and it's just like 3 teams.
It can be very.
Yeah. Yep. Like they had a triple threat tag team match recently that just didn't quite work. It was good and the good spots were good, but it just didn't quite work. And I
believe the last match announced so far is Velvet Sky defending her knockout title against Gail Kim. No build up for that at all either.
So, like, they've had, like, a ton of build-up, and I've noticed for each match you've mentioned there not being any build-up, because they just have...
No, because they didn't have a fucking clue how to build up the pay-per-view, because they had 2 months of television.
Aren't they trying to be in the Alamo Dome for this show?
Yeah,
they've almost sold out.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They said that this is supposed to be Dixie said on Twitter that this is going to be quite possibly the biggest crowd TNA's ever had in the U.S.
If Dixie said, then it must be true.
Well, I'm not that surprised just because it's not the whole Alamo Dome.
Yeah,
they're cutting it way down.
Yeah, way down.
By putting it in the end zone and just having
Yeah. Okay, but I don't think any of us are really thrilled for this.
That's the thing. The setting is so unique. This could be their biggest show ever. It has the potential to be the biggest show ever, and they're just not really paying attention. It's like
they had 2 months of build-up. 2 months.
This should be like their WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania has gotten 7 weeks of build-up, and I'm already pretty excited for that match. Because they set in stone their main event matches pretty early to build them up.
Yeah.
Something that TNA should have been doing.
And then another thing about this pay-per-view is that they took away the every match is a cage match stipulation, and I think they did that to make the cage matches feel more important. But the cage matches don't feel important.
No.
So.
Yeah.
And the championship's not in the cage, is it?
I don't know. It is?
Okay.
I believe so.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
I'll say right now, the main event is between Bully Ray and Hardy. It's probably going to be pretty good, but again, just no build-up. And I'd rather have seen this when Bully Ray was like a super evil heel, and then it would have been more entertaining. But
yeah, I smell stupid booking, and no matter what happens,
it's got Bischoff and Hogan's hands on it. It's going to be stupid booking. All right. Well, let's talk about something more positive with ROH.
I just feel like we're saying negative, and we have to move on to something more positive when we talk.
Of course.
They were so good for a while, and now it's just like they've dropped the ball.
Like I said, basically, it's like a shit sandwich. Like, we got 2 good things, and then, TNA in the middle, and then we got something else good at the end.
The thing is about TNA, I know we were trying to move on.
Okay, go ahead.
But even their TV shows, like, it used to be, I'll tune in, I'll see Aries, and then, the X Division, and there was enough guys. Rude, Storm.
And they usually put at least one really good match on TV every week, too.
But now, you tune in, and it's like, Aries and Rude but they're together, so it's all one segment. So why should I watch the rest of the show? It's just not interesting at all.
No, it's been very flat. All right.
So, moving
ROH. ROH has announced the first few matches for their Supercard of Honor show. This is going to be spoilers if you haven't watched the TV, so if you
stop the tape now if you don't want spoilers. Stop it now, that's our disclaimer.
Okay, there you go. Okay, first match announced is the main event. Kevin Steen defending his ROH title against Jay Briscoe.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
That is going to be pretty awesome. And I'm really happy that Jay Briscoe's getting the rub.
Do either of these men ever have a bad match with anybody? I mean, really?
Jay Briscoe and Charlie Haas.
Well, Haas doesn't count.
Okay.
But the point is, this is almost impossible to not be a great match.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be a stiff match, I think.
Yeah.
I hope Jay is 100% by then. It sounds like he separated his shoulder.
No, I'm not sure if that's kayfabe or not.
He had it wrapped. They had a picture of it wrapped up.
I saw an X-ray also, unless that was fake. I don't know if they're going to that extent, but
I'm sure it'll be fine. Like he's probably just probably get a little banged up.
Actually, he posted on Twitter. It was a picture of the X-ray with a separated shoulder, and the tagline, "Fake wrestling." So it's funny.
Yeah. Actually, before that, Kevin Steen is facing Mark Briscoe and B.J. Whitmer at the North Carolina and South Carolina show. So I doubt we'll see a title change though. So we're going to see Jay versus Steen at Supercard of Honor 4 or 7.
I'm okay with those other 2 matches too as show matches because it almost feels like Nigel as the matchmaker is scraping the bottom. He's like, we got to get this belt off him no matter what.
That's what he said. Like there's 4 guys left that can face Steen for the belt until he beats everyone on the roster. I mean, we'll get to who the 4th is in a minute. Also on the card we will have the ROH Tag Team Champions Red Dragon defending their titles against the American Wolves.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Their final battle match was good. This one could be better.
This should be awesome.
It's going to be insane.
Yeah, like we've been saying for a while now, that Red Dragon just been improving seemingly with every show. Mm-hmm. Like they're just getting better and better, and the American Wolves are just
on top
automatic.
Of their A-game,
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be hard hitting, and a lot of them wrestle a similar style, but yet it's just so fun to watch. It's just they go together so fluidly, and
I agree.
Works really well.
Another match is this is kind of weird because Matt Taven will be defending his television title against Adam Cole. However, The match where Adam Cole won the title shot was against Matt Hardy, and it ended in a DQ. So we're going to see it be a triple threat match with Matt Hardy added as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I'm happy about this is just so Matt Hardy can go out in New York and get shit the fuck on. He is going to get booed out of the building.
Yeah.
So I figure this will be a pretty good match. This will be fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have very high expectations for this
No.
match. Probably within the 3-star range, maybe a little lower.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't offend me in any way.
No.
But it's not the most exciting thing.
We get Truth Martini in New York. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I think this is just this is going to be a way to move Cole further away from the TV title, just to get him out of there.
Yep.
You get your rematch, and then he can move on.
Solidify
Give Taven a very nice rub here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see those two, Hardy and Cole going at it most of the time. Maybe Taven will steal it. The win.
Probably. I'd be surprised. And then the last match announced so far is Michael Elgin and Jay Lethal in I believe it's a number one contenders match. I haven't heard for sure yet, but it's pretty safe to say whoever wins this match is probably going to be the guy next in line for a title shot, or something like that.
Yeah.
So this should be good. I don't think these two guys have met yet, have they?
I should know. I thought they said that they did during when I was watching the pay-per-view that he has faced Lethal, but I can't be sure.
Okay.
If anyone out there knows.
Yeah, I'm sure they have like in a house show, but like not a very big match. But
yeah.
So those are the matches not so far, and also they've also announced the very first match for Border Wars, which will be Adam Cole getting a world title shot against either Steen, Mark Briscoe, or B.J. Whitmer, and Cole is the last line of defense for Steen having the title. So
very interesting.
Yeah, so it's either going to be Cole could win it, or they're going to do some kind of crazy thing where another guy gets a title shot or something. So, but that's pretty cool. Steen and Cole had a very good feud in P2G, yes. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to see what they do with that match.
Yeah, that should be a very, very good match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I believe that is it, actually. That's a pretty short one.
That's all we got?
Yeah, that's all we got. I think so, yeah.
Any other wrestling-related topics you guys want to...
No, but make sure you guys watch ROH TV this week. It looks really good. Like, really
go out and buy the pay-per-view.
Yes, buy the ROH 11th anniversary. Very good show.
I'd say if you're not familiar with ROH, this might be a good show to kind of start with, just because it's so easy to watch. It's very fast-paced for most of it, and it's got a good variety. Kind of shows off what ROH, the different aspects of ROH, the many things they do well.
Okay.
So.
All right, guys. That's it for Strong Style Studios. Take care. Bye.